I'm a mountain biker who can not only wheelie, but do tricks like this, this, and this. I learned through trial and error. And today, I'm gonna teach you how to wheelie as fast as possible without getting hurt. The first thing you're gonna do is set up your bike correctly. This includes seat height, selected gear, and your brakes. Let's start with the seat height. Your seat needs to be high enough so you can actually pedal while still being low enough for you to be in your balance point. I personally like my seat height a few inches below the max. Right about there. The next step is your gears. You want to be in an easy enough gear to actually pick the front wheel up, but the gear needs to be hard enough so you don't look like this. The gear I use to wheelie depends on what I want to do. If I want to go slow and technical, I keep it in an easier gear up here. But if I want to go fast and do no footers, I keep it in a harder gear right here. And last but not least, your brakes need to work well enough to prevent you from looping out. The brakes I personally use are these Shimano hydraulic disc brakes, and they have plenty of stopping power for wheelies. These settings might take some adjusting to get right, but make sure they're dialed before you move on to the next step. Now that your bike is dialed, it's time for you to learn the wheelie. I'm gonna break it down into 3 steps to make it as easy as possible. These steps are the preload pull, the pedal, and the maintain. Step number 1 is the preload pull. To do this, you're gonna preload your suspension by pushing down, and then you're gonna pull the handlebars up and back. It should look something like this. Practice this step until you can do it consistently. Once you master the preload pull, you're gonna add a pedal stroke to help get that front wheel up. I personally put my dominant foot in the back. This makes it so I can preload, do half a pedal stroke, pull the bars, do another pedal stroke. This makes it so my most powerful pedal stroke is perfectly timed with me pulling up my bars. This step should look something like this. Now that you know how to start a wheelie, you need to know how to maintain it. You maintain your wheelie by using your back brake and your pedal strokes. Let's say you're doing a wheelie and you go a little bit too far back. You're gonna lightly feather the brake and it's gonna push your front wheel down. And when your front wheel gets a little too low, you're gonna do a powerful pedal stroke to get that front wheel back up. However, if you're chasing your wheelie like this, it probably means you're in the wrong gear or your seat is set incorrectly. If so, go back to the beginning of the video and reset up your bike. A common mistake I see when people are learning to wheelie is them not using the back brake. The day I started using my back brake is the day I learned all these tricks. One more thing, sit down when you wheelie. I do not want you making the same mistake I did. And once you master the wheelie, you can learn other tricks, like the one-hander, the no-footer, the one-footer, and many more tricks. Now you have all the information you need to learn a wheelie. It's just a matter of you going out and trying it. When you land your first wheelie, tag me at Biker with a Polo. Remember, practice makes progress. If you have any other tips or tricks on how to wheelie, leave them in the comments. Also, please subscribe. I'm so close to 20,000 subscribers.